started, I did my brows off camera, and like I said, this video is like the hacks video, everything that y'all asked to see. Yeah. So to start this off, I am prepping my eyelids with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. I'm using concealer on my eyelids, that way they don't crease, they don't crack, they don't get oily, because you know it's hot. So I'm just taking this concealer on the lid. This concealer is in the shade Hazelnut, and this is going to serve as my eye base for the day. So because of the look that I'm doing, it's like a pride filled look, as you can see by the title. I'm actually going to do face first and then my eyes, because my eyes for the most part are pretty simple. So yeah, let's just keep it moving. So a lot of y'all asked me, how do you prevent creasing under the eye, makeup breakdown for oily skin and also for dry skin? Me myself, I'm personally on the combination oily side, so I'm just going to walk you through the dry skin side, and I'm actually going to do the oily part on myself. Okay, so for my dry skin people, I would use a water-based primer. I use a water-based primer anyway, that way it doesn't clog your pores too bad. But really, and particularly for dry skin people, that way it hydrates your skin underneath your makeup and you don't feel really dry and cracked and powdery, you know, just weight it down with all that crap on your face. And also a good tip for my dry skin people with foundation and primers, mix a serum into your foundation. That way, you know, you get the nutrients and the antioxidants from a serum. I recommend like the MH Vital C serum, one of my favorites. You did MH Illuma brightening serum, gives you a bright radiance underneath it. Also really good. You could also do like dewdrops from Marc Jacobs. Those are really good. While you're doing your eyebrows and your eye makeup, you could also be wearing a face mask. So to get started with this look, I am first taking my Wet n Wild Water Drop Primer. This is the Cucumber one. It's the Water Drop Primer. Ooh. It has this nice cooling effect, which I really like. I'm just taking a little bit. I'm going to massage this in all over the face. And this is also how I prevent creasing from under my eye. I really get it in there. Oh. Feels amazing. It smells like cucumber, which I'm not a fan, but I like the primer. And I like to just really massage this into the skin. Alright, and now I am taking my e.l.f. Poreless face primer, about that much, just a little pea size amount, and I am applying this right where my pores are and right where my makeup breaks down at, which is, you know, sometimes on the other eye. Get the nose really well. My nose gets really oily, so I'm going to prep that area as well, and then also around the mouth. I like to smile when I do this, just so I know that I'm getting it right in those smile lines, which is another thing y'all asked me about, cracking around the smile line. Really getting that primer in there, because I smile and laugh literally all day. And you always want to massage this into the skin, working upward, not downward, because you want to age like this, not like this. And you should feel nice and covered. Now I'm going to color correct. Lately I've been using this lipstick from Maybelline. This is number 75 Fighter. It's a liquid matte, the liquid matte Super Stay ink. I've been using it as my color corrector, and it's like the shade of an Amazonian clay, and it's just perfect. This is going to clock anything like your dark circles under your eyes, you know, that 5 o'clock shadow that sometimes you get when your makeup starts to break down around your mouth from talking and eating and all that. And girl, it's summertime, my summer body ain't here, so I'm gonna just keep on eating and talking and laughing. Okay, so we're just gonna and the way it dries down, it's going to last you all day, and you don't have anything to worry about. When you color correct your smile lines like this, you don't really have to worry about them coming through. They're just going to blend in with your skin. It's kind of hard to describe what it's going to do, but it's just going to work out, and you're like the result. I don't know how to say this. So now I'm just taking this little circle brush, and I'm just going to really blend all of this out. And I'm going to blend it until the lipstick dries down. And you can see like the difference already. So now I'm taking my foundation. Y'all know how I feel about this foundation. It's like the best drugstore foundation on the market at the moment, in my opinion. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I am in the shade 520 Hazelnut. Alright, so now I'm taking my IT Cosmetics brush. It looks like this. It's like a flat head brush, and I'm taking my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray, and I'm just going to mist my brush in this mist and setting spray. That way it hydrates the skin and works to help blend that foundation right on in. This also gives it a little bit more coverage. It helps to make it last all day, which we all know we need right now in the summer heat. And I'm just going to keep blending this out until I feel like it's nice and completely smooth and completely dry it down before I move any further. Alright, so once my foundation is completely blended out, it looks something like this. You can still see the glow through it. That's why I love it. And like I said, it's the Fresh Wear foundation. So, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go in with concealer. Today I'm using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Medium 36. So I normally let my concealer sit for a little bit and let it get a little bit more tackier and full coverage. I'm still gonna let it sit, just not as long. You know, usually I let it sit for like 5 or so minutes. But if you have a tendency of creasing under your eyes, I would not follow that trend. Even though I don't know how this just became a trend, because I've been doing this since I started doing my makeup back in like 2013, I think. But I don't know, it's a trend now. Anyway, if you crease under your eye typically, I would start there. And I would also use like a deluxe foam head brush like this, where it's kind of more round. And I will just go in and start to blend and smooth just like this. That way you really make sure that you're focusing on your under eye area and it's really filling in with this concealer. Because that's what concealers do. It fills in those fine lines, and this concealer is really good for that. Hence the name No Filter. It smooths everything out. Just like this. Really focusing, taking your time and blending this out. I go in little circular motions and then I go back and forth like this. So circle and then back and forth. Kind of like you would like an eye serum or like an under eye cream. You know, the little heads are like this. This is why I recommend using this type of brush. And you see how smooth it is? Honey, yes. Right, and then once I got the under eye directly blended out, I'm going back in with my damp beauty sponge to blend the rest of it all out. And you really want to take your time and press this in where you're blending it out at. Like if your concealer's here, you should be blending here, not dotting it all around. Alright, so now I'm going to go in cream contour. I'm using my favorite contour product, ATM. This is the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. I'm using the shade F18. I'm going to holla out my shoe. And then I'm going to put these other lines on my forehead. Show something like that, like you're about to be a transformer, like Optimus Prime or something. I don't know. Yeah. And now I'm taking another flat top brush similar to the It Cosmetics one, but it's not like that one. It's not It Cosmetics, it's like a different brand. And now I'm going to pat this into blend. And this is another thing where you want to blend in place. That way it keeps everything smooth. It's not going to crease on you if you do a diligent job blending and keeping it clean. That's the main thing, keeping it clean. If your skin is on the drier side, you can take a little bit of oil. I love the Niaco anti-aging oil, and you can just put a little bit of that on there to blend out. Or you can go in with the foundation that's a little bit darker. Well, this is foundation, but like a liquid foundation to blend it out with. And that way you can also still mix in some serum, and your skin can stay breathing and moisturized. Because I can't really speak from my experience because I don't have dry skin, but I've been told by like my clients how painful it can be, and I hate that for them. So I want to try to help you out as much as possible, because I feel like the beauty industry these days are so concerned with more oilier skin. You know, excuse me, you know, like a luminous based foundation for my drier skin people. And another challenge. So. And I'm going to pinch my nose a little bit firmer than normal, just because this is a pride look. So I still want it to be draggy but Erica, because that's how I got into makeup, through drag. So over my highlighted areas with my beauty blender. Really want to make sure, I don't know about y'all, but because I don't really have that version of nose, it's like a little button right here. I really have to like lift my little fat nose up and blend the sides. Okay, so to make my makeup last all day, I am going to go in and bake my contour using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is in the shade 40. This is the darkest powder. If your skin is on the drier side, I would not bake anything, just because it's going to flake off, and you don't want it to flake off. It's like a waste of time and product. If you're on the drier side, I would just go in and set and really press it in, and then mist like that, if that makes sense, but I'll show you. But for me, I'm just going to take this powder, press it in. I'm using a Real Technique sculpting brush to do this. I'm just going to stamp this on. I love doing this in the summer. Well, I love doing this in general, but primarily in the summer, because it just makes you look so nice and warm. Everything's going to be so smooth. So like I said, this just adds a whole lot of warmth to the skin, and it gives you that nice summery bronze look that you want. And like I said, for my drier skin people, I would go ahead and press this all the way into the skin, and then go in with a light mist, like the Evian facial water or the Mario Badescu spray. Not a setting spray, but just like a misting spray, like a refresher spray, like that. So now I'm going to go in and set my under eye with the Makeup Revolution Banana Deep Powder. So I'm going back in with this Deluxe Crease brush, and I am taking the powder, tapping off the excess. You really want to tap off the excess when you do this for your under eye, because it's going to log in there, and you don't want that. So you're going to go in with a nice light hand. And we're not baking this, we're really setting our highlighted areas. Especially under your eye. You don't want to bake under your eye, because you're going to bake in those lines. You don't want that. So. And now we're going to go in with our sponge and set the remainder of our face. And you really want to push this powder into those smile lines, like I said before. And your smile lines aren't gonna completely disappear, if that makes sense. You're not gonna get like, your face is not gonna look like this while you're smiling, if that makes sense. But it's still gonna be there. It's just you're not gonna have that actual, see what I mean? You're not gonna have like that crease. And I feel like people get confused with that. I feel like people are expecting like some filler to apply, and it's like, baby, makeup can do a lot, but it can't give you no filler. And when you see it bright like this, that means you keep pushing it in until it gets like this side. You should look nice and powdery and casket ready. Okay, so I'm just gonna let it set on the skin for a little bit. Let my oil start to seep through. I'm just gonna let it sit here for a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the eyes. My eyes, I am doing my basic contour on my eyes. That way I just have a little bit of smoke. So basically it's like I'm contouring my eyeballs, if that makes sense, but you'll see. So I'm going back in with a little bit of concealer. I'm blending that out. So the first shade that I'm going to be taking on the lid is the brown shade from the Juvias palette. This one right here. Y'all know I love it so much. And this is on a Morphe. It's a Morphe brush. I'm not sure which because it's worn off. But I'm just applying this. I'm not really building up color like I would a typical eyeshadow, because this is not that kind of party. I'm just like contouring my eyeballs. That way there's a little bit of definition. And now I'm taking the brush that I used to blend out the concealer under the eye, and I am just tapping this on the lid. I'm not adding any extra product. Okay, so first things first, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. This is that primer I have on the back of my hand. If you follow me on my Snapchat, you know how much I've been obsessed with this eye base. It's like white. So I'm taking this base and I'm taking it directly under my eye. Alright, so now from Real Techniques, I'm taking this Expert Concealer brush. It's kind of like the other one, but it's a little bit flatter. And I'm going to blend this out underneath my eye. So to start this off, I am taking the yellow shade, and this shade is called Sunlight. It's yellow. And we're going to pop this down first. Okay, this is bomb. So bomb. Just right here in the lower inner corner. Alright, so now that that's nice and blended, I am grabbing another eyeshadow brush, and I'm taking this orange shade right here called, what's this called? Pride. And I'm going to blend the two together, get the shadow down. Ooh. And I'm going back in with Sunlight, and I am going to blend some more. Alright, now I'm grabbing another brush. Let's put these two down. And now I'm going to take the shade, what's this called? I'm going to take this red shade called Life. I'm going to take this red shade called Life. Alright, now the brush that I used to blend the base, I'm going to take it just to sweep the shadow off. That extra shadow fall out. Line Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow. This is the bold one. This is an 850 Tuxedo. It's just like a nice jet black. So I'm taking on the flat angle brush. I'm going to deposit it directly underneath the eye. I'm going to start the bottom of my wing liner, that way it's there and I can see how far I need to smoke it out. Alright, so while I'm here, I'm also going to take it under the top of my eye. And now I'm going to take some of the black shadow from the palette on this little flat, looks like a flat concealer brush. And I'm going to slowly start to blend this and smoke it on. You want to be really careful when smoking black shadow into colorful shadow because it can turn messy really fast. So I'm going to take my time and blend this so that I don't get a nice big black eye. And the key to doing this without making a mess is nice and slow, a little bit of product going back and forth, blending the color, blending the black, blending the color, blending the black, blending the color, blending the black. Alright, so now I'm going in with this little angled shadow brush and I'm going to blend the bottom of the shadow out. Alright, and now I'm going to add a nice little wing liner. Okay, so now that this is all blended out and my liner is there, I'm going to take a couple different glitters for my tear duct. This is the NYX Crystal glitter. I have the JCat Rockin' the Night glitter. It's like a black light glitter. And then I have like these large glitter flakes. And then I have this little Milani Starlight base. And I'm going to use this to apply these. So let's see how this goes. So I'm taking a little bit of this. Taking a little tiny brush to blend this out. And now I'm taking a little lash glue on top of this just to give me a little extra security. Here's the little glitter mix. Do this side of the eye. This is gonna be the other half of the rainbow with the blues and the greens and the purples, yada yada yada. So first I'm taking this green shade. This shade is called Nature. And because I feel like this blue has like shimmery reflects in it, it's more like a navy and I want like that sky blue, I'm going into the 35B palette and I'm taking it's the second shade from the top. It's the light blue shade. Looks like this. Yes, like this. Well, I don't like it off of this compared to this, so I won't this part. I'm just gonna pack that on. Alright, so now I'm taking the purple shade. This shade is called Truth, and I'm packing this on the end as the last shade. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and throw on a lash and smoke this waterline out the same way I did this side and put glitter in it, and I will be right back. So I finished the eyes, I got lashes on, I have lip. So to define my contour, I'm taking my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette, and I'm taking the Sculpt shade. This is a medium to dark palette, and I'm taking that Sculpt shade along my cheekbones, really blending in that bake. And now I'm taking this little flat, this is like a flat eyeshadow brush, kind of like, looks like this thick. And I'm using this to blend underneath my eye, just so there's no creasing, using the Sculpt shade from the palette. I'm using this to blend everything together. Alright, and now I'm going to go in with blush from my Juvias Saharan blush palette. This is the volume 2. I'm taking Lena and Tao. These are the pink and orange shades. So now I'm gonna highlight. Favorite part. I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood loose highlighter. This is like my go-to highlighter. Alright, so now I'm going to drench down in some good old setting spray. This is going to help to really pull my skin out and really make this look complete. I am taking the All Nighter Urban Decay Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray, of course, because this is summer and you just need it. It works good on all skin types, so there's that as well. So yeah. Ooh. Final look. I hope that y'all really enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you out a great deal. Anyway, I will see y'all in my next video. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, you can give it a thumbs down. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.